How to sue the police.
And learn how to sue the police. A public official's bond refers to an instrument by which a public officer and a secondary obligor undertake to pay up to a fixed sum of money if the officer does not faithfully discharge the duties of his or her office. What does the bond protect against? The public official's bond is commonly issued to protect against conduct or omissions by the named public official that constitute a breach of the public official's duties of office. These bonds guarantee against more than the public official's fraud or dishonesty, and in certain cases can cover loss arising from neglect or omissions. Who does the bond protect? A public official's bond may be issued for the benefit of the governmental unit in which the principals hold office, but also it can provide coverage to the general public. The bond is in the nature of an indemnity bond rather than a penal or forfeiture bond. It is, in effect, a contract between the officer and the government, binding the officer to discharge the duties of his or her office. The official bond is not intended to protect the principal or the public official himself, but rather is intended to protect the city or the entire citizenship served by the official. The official bond indemnifies those who have suffered as a loss as a result of the official misconduct, and in many cases the state statute will provide a provision specifically allowing a member of the public to bring suit against the bond if that individual has suffered a loss resulting from the official's misconduct. Now, if you go to your local law library and look up this form, American Jurisprudence Pleading and Practice Form, they have the template on which you can use to file an action on official bonds. Introductory comments. The liability of an officer and the sureties on his or her bond is limited to acts of misfeasance, malfeasance, or nonfeasance in the performance of ministerial duties. Now you should pause the video to look at this checklist and take a picture. This checklist is what you use when you draft a complaint and an action against the official bonds. And this is the actual template that the lawyers use. What I would do, I would take it and I would clean up some of the language in here to make it more de jure. But remember this, when you're dealing with county officials or any elected officials, you get their bonds from the state Secretary of State. And typically when you're dealing with city employees such as the police, what you would do then to get their bonds, you would go to what's called the City Risk Management Department. And over there, they'll give you the information of the surety company that's indemnifying the policemen and such. Sometimes they'll have a blanket bond for all the employees. So what you want to do, you want to go there and ask them for the information. Sometimes they'll try to play around like they don't know, but press them and you'll get that information.